Hello, welcome to part 17 of Angular Complete series represented by tutorial polls, Structural Directives. This lecture is a continuation of part 16. This is completely optional because you will find a very rare scenario where you will be required to create a custom structural directive. If you want to understand the complete directive, please do watch part 16 first. The link is given in the description. If you are specifically interested in a structural directive only, then continue watching. Alright, so by definition, structural directives are the one which changes the DOM tree or manipulated the DOM, meaning structural directives either add or remove the element and its child items from DOM. Let's create a directive which will based on the value supplied. If true, it should add the element in the DOM, else it should remove the element from DOM. Let's type ng space g space d and directive name. Let's give the name as include if and press enter. Alright, directive has been generated. Let's delete the generated include if.directive.spec.ts and open include if.directive.ts. What will this directive do? So, on whichever element this directive is used, either it will remove that very element from DOM or add that element back based on the evaluated expression value. Also, see, directive has a class includeIf, which is decorated using a directive decorator. Let's also define an input property, so type public is include of type boolean and decorate it with input decorator. Let's give the same alias name as of directive name to this input property. Make clean use of the directive, copy and paste the directive selector here. As we have seen already, we can specify the alias name in the input decorator for the outside word when we want to have a different name that should be used outside and another name inside the directive. Instead of an alias, we can have an input property of the same name as of the directive for one of the property. In case if you want to use the same name inside the class and outside, then give the same name to the property instead of passing the alias name. Let's change this name to the name app include if and remove aliasing. So our directive name and input property name is same now. We can do this for one of the input property. If we have more than one property, still we can do it for one of the properties. What do we want from this directive is whenever the value of this property is set, we should check the coming new value and manipulate the template. So what we can do, we can mark this property as a setter only and inside we can write the logic. For now, let's convert this property to setter only and then console log the incoming value. We would also be required two things. One is container reference where to insert or remove the HTML template and the template reference itself, which we will be adding or removing. Also, Angular provides two beautiful injectable. One is called viewContainerRef, which holds the reference for container wherever the directive is used, and TemplateRef container, which holds template reference itself. So, on whichever element the directive is used, that element becomes the template. Let's inject them first in the constructor. So, type private underscore TemplateRef colon template ref and resolve the reference, comma underscore private view container ref colon view container ref and resolve the reference. Alright, now we have everything to do further processing, but before that let's add our directive on paragraph element in userdetail.component.html. Remove existing code from paragraph tag. Type square brackets, give the directive name and pass true as the value. Save the changes and run the application. npm start. Press enter. Let the application run. Alright, now the application is running. Open the console using F12 and see the console. It is throwing an error. No provider found for template ref. The reason is we need to use asterisk before structural directives. In case of attribute directives, we were wrapping them inside the square brackets. This asterisk use fulfills two purposes. One, it gives us better segregation from attribute directives. Second, it allows providing the template ref. Let's unwrap the directive from square brackets and add an asterisk before the directive. Save the changes and see the console. It's logging true now. Alright, let's write some logic inside our setter input property. Remove console log from here and if condition open close curly brackets and inside type this dot underscore view container ref dot create embedded view and pass in input template reference. So type this dot underscore template ref. So if the condition evaluates to true, our directive will insert the template in the container. Also clear the container in else if. So type not condition open close curly brackets and inside type this dot underscore view container ref dot clear open close parenthesis. That's it. But here we have a slight problem. If you remember, each property gets evaluated in each change detection cycle. So if the condition value is passed as true, it will be called again with true value in another change detection cycle, leading duplicate insertion which will be overhead. Let's fix this. On contrary, if the condition is false, it will try to clear a cleared container again and again. So we need to add one more guard. Declare private property as private underscore has view colon of type boolean. Now here in if add and operator not this dot underscore has view and after view appended set the flag as true. Also in the else if condition add and operator with this dot has view and inside block after clearing the view set the flag back to false. So this flag is going to tell us whether the view has been inserted or not. So here if the condition is true and the property evaluated multiple times, it will execute a block only once. On the other hand, if the condition value is false and has view is true, that is condition changed, so the first time it will execute else if and then onward no, because has view is false then. Alright, let's save the changes and see the browser. As you can see, the template is rendered. Now let's pass value as false from userdetail component.html. Save and see the browser. Our element is not rendered. Let's inspect it. Expand to the place where we have added this new directive and see here ng reflect type include if value is false. So wherever we use directive, that particular element along with its all children becomes template and parent element reference becomes a container. Also this was our simplest structural directive. Moving forward, we will discuss the inbuilt directives, for example ngIf and ngFor. So for now, we know what is a directive, what are the different types, what are the differences between different types of directives, event lifecycle hooks up different types of directives. So that was it for this video. It would be great if you can subscribe to the channel for my motivation to continue creating more learning content in future. Thank you and keep watching.